At 52, I thought I understood life. I thought if you worked hard, stayed consistent, paid every bill on time, things would eventually fall into place. That's what I believed, because that's what I had always done. I spent most of my life learning how to earn money, how to be reliable, how to provide, and I was good at it. From the outside, my life looked solid. A stable career, a comfortable home, no real financial worries. People used to say, "You've built a good life." What they didn't see was how quiet my house had become. Not peaceful quiet, empty quiet. My wife and I could sit in the same room for hours and barely exchange a sentence that mattered. We talked about groceries, about appointments, about things that needed fixing, but we never talked about how we felt. I convinced myself that this was normal. I told myself, this is what long marriages turn into. That passion fades, that deep conversations disappear, that love becomes practical. I didn't realize that love was starving. I believed my responsibility was to provide. So whenever something felt off, I worked more, longer hours, bigger goals, more money. I thought if I could just give her a better life, everything else would take care of itself. But one night, she said something that shook me. She didn't yell. She didn't cry. She just looked at me and said, "I feel alone, even when you're sitting right next to me." I didn't know how to respond, because in my mind, I was doing everything right. I was there. I was faithful. I was paying for everything. But what she was asking for, I didn't know how to give. I grew up in a time where men didn't talk about feelings. You pushed through. You stayed quiet. You handled things. Emotions were weaknesses. Problems were meant to be solved, not discussed. So when she told me she felt lonely, I did what I always did. I tried to fix it. I planned trips, bought gifts, upgraded things. Every time I felt the distance growing, I reached for my wallet instead of my heart. And for a while, it distracted us. But distraction isn't connection. One evening, she sat down next to me and said, "I don't need more things. I need you." That moment exposed something painful. I had spent decades learning how to make money, but I had never learned how to be emotionally present. I didn't know how to sit with discomfort. I didn't know how to listen without interrupting. I didn't know how to talk about fear or regret or loneliness. And the truth is, I was afraid of saying the wrong thing, afraid of opening doors I didn't know how to close, afraid of realizing how far apart we had grown. At 52, I had to face something humbling. Money couldn't save my marriage, because money was never the problem. Silence was, distance was, emotional absence was. We tried counseling. Walking into that room felt like admitting failure. I heard things about myself that were hard to accept, that I listened to respond, not to understand, that I avoided emotional conversations, that I treated her feelings like tasks instead of experiences. And that hurt, because I realized something too late. Providing isn't the same as loving. You can pay every bill and still leave someone feeling invisible. Love requires presence. It requires attention. It requires vulnerability. Things I had spent my whole life avoiding. I had to learn how to sit quietly and listen. How to ask questions without trying to fix anything. How to apologize without defending myself. Some days, I wished I could just work harder and make it all go away. But love doesn't respond to effort alone. It responds to presence. Slow presence. Uncomfortable presence. Honest presence. At 52, I wasn't learning how to be successful. I was learning how to be human. Some marriages don't survive this realization. Ours rarely did. And I won't pretend the road was easy, but this lesson matters. Whether you're married, divorced, or just starting out. Because one day, the money won't impress anyone. The house will be quiet. The achievements will feel distant. And the only thing that will matter is whether the person beside you feels seen. If you're listening to this and thinking, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, ask yourself something different. When was the last time you truly listened without trying to fix? When was the last time you chose connection over productivity? When was the last time you were emotionally available, not just physically present? Because money can buy comfort. It can buy security. It can buy time, but it cannot replace connection. And at 52, I learned that lesson the hard way, not through success, not through failure, but through the painful realization that the one thing my wife wanted was the one thing money could never buy. Me.